I said he was my spokesperson.
But did you ever think it would happen the other way around?
No, you know, never thought that.
You say you've been very spiritual the last 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share some of your thoughts?
There's no negative thoughts. It's just thoughts that you thank God for that person in your life. You wonder why that person, you know, is out your life. And, you know, when a person hurt, you say stuff like, God, if he'll be all right, you can have the money, you can have the cars, you can have whatever, the material things, you can have my business. You know, I'm willing to start all over and be homeless for him to be okay. I would, you know, give up anything. It got so deep to a point where you would give your life. And I would have gave my life. I mean, if I could have walked in and somebody said, you know what? You got one choice. You switch places. I would have did it.
You would have taken those bullets?
Yeah, of course I would have taken the bullets. When I heard the shots being fired, Pac stood up to try to get in the back seat to get out the way of the shots. That's how he got shot in his hip, which hit one of the bones, the doctor said, and traveled to hit his lung. When he stood up, I grabbed him and said, get down, and covered him. When I pulled him down, that's when I got shot in my head. And there's not one thought that, you know, would say, well, maybe I shouldn't have tried to do that or anything like that. I would have took every last one of them. And if I would have gave my life for him without a question. And I know he would appreciate it and he would represent me and he would represent Death Row. Because one thing about Pac, he loved Death Row more. And he probably loved Death Row more than me. And that's saying a lot. On every interview, he talked about Death Row. He took this chain right here. He probably made this the most popular item in the world. I mean, he took it and he flashed it on All Eyes on Me. He flashed it all the time. It was the proudest thing he can be involved in. One of the last things Pac gave me was his medallion, who was an ambulance, and they was cutting his shirt off to work on him. And Pac said, hold up, wait, Simon, keep my chain for me. He was like, I got too many diamonds, you know how Pac is. I got too many diamonds on his chain for letting one of these ambulance, one of these doctor people steal my chain. Keep it for me. And he said that, and I was on one bed, he was on the other, and we was going this way. I was like, you all right, homie? He was like, all right, homie, I love you. I was like, shit, love you too, fool. You better help me get better, you know. That's the relationship we had.
He was more than an artist.
Definitely more than an artist. I mean, you know, if you lose an artist, you're like, okay, you feel it, and you say, well, you know, the artist is no longer here, I lost the artist. And you think about business. When you lose a best friend or a little brother, that's something you can't replace. Can't nobody walk up to me and say, you know what, I'm gonna take Tupac's place. I tell them they out their mind, you know, you can't take Tupac's place, you know. Pac is Pac. Force that space in my heart that I have for Pac can't be replaced.
I don't think people knew that.
What I liked about him is that our relationship, we didn't do our relationship for the people. We didn't go and say, look, we at the fight. Look, we're at this club, or we doing this. Mm-hmm. We did it for me and him. We would go in there and have fun and we was real deep on a lot of stuff. I mean, real deep.